Greetings from a cold and gray Treviso. I'm sure you're wondering why I decided to vacation in Treviso in the middle of winter. Well, here's your answer. But before we get to this beautiful vegetable, let me introduce myself. My name's Elise, and as you can probably hear from my accent, I'm American, which naturally brings up the question, what am I doing here in Italy? Well, as a food writer and chef, I'm always seeking new flavors to write about and experiment with in my kitchen. And what better place to awaken my taste buds than Italy, the center of the gastronomic universe? And the first flavor I wanted to taste comes from Treviso, a colorful town in the Veneto region. Many people think Venice is the only city on water, but Treviso also has canals running through its center. Between these canals, you'll find the famous Fisherman's Island, where boats bring in the day's catch and sell it in the enormous open market. Back on land, the narrow cobblestone streets and fortress walls make me feel like the queen of my favorite medieval fantasy. Where are my dragons? But back to this gorgeous purple chicory, otherwise known as the radicchio rosso di Treviso. This vegetable has been designated as a Protected Geographical Indication, or PGI, since 1996. It's also the basis of my favorite primo, or first course, risotto with radicchio. Easy to make, filling, and vegetarian. We have two men to thank for making this dish a classic, both named Giuseppe. Giuseppe Verdi and Giuseppe Benzi. Our first Giuseppe is the composer of La Traviata and Aida, who reportedly loved radicchio rosso so much he ate it both in summer and winter. That's why, in 1896, he convinced his wife, Giuseppina Strapponi, to share her recipe with the director of the Paris Opera House, so that the French could also appreciate the magic of radicchio risotto. Giuseppina's letter contains the earliest written recipe of radicchio risotto. The other Giuseppe we have to thank is the Lombard agronomist Giuseppe Benzi, who, in 1880, founded the newspaper Il Contadino, or The Farmer, in which he wrote thousands of important articles about agricultural practices. He also loved the radicchio, so much that he organized the first annual radicchio exposition in 1900. Over 120 years later, I'm here in this same city for the same exposition. Today, the exposition features over 50 radicchio producers who grow two main types of radicchio di Treviso, PGI, early and late growing. The late growing variety costs more money, but when you understand how much hard work goes into growing it, you understand why. Like any classic recipe, every micro-region has its own version of radicchio risotto based on their own local ingredients. In Verona, they often cook the risotto with Amarone or Valpolicella wine, which give the risotto a beautiful ruby color. In San Daniele, they might add a garnish of salty prosciutto. Personally, I love to balance the bitterness of the radicchio with a soft gorgonzola from Lombardy or Piedmont, of protected denomination of origin, of course. Grazie. Just what I need to warm up. Buon appetito.